Hi Libra friends, this is Sarah from Serenity. Today we're going to look at your forecast for March 2020. This reading is intended for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs in Libra. March is going to be a fast, action-packed month for you, and while this reading is intended for Libra natives, there are thousands and thousands of you out there, so obviously it's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Pass it on by, and I hope you find what you're looking for. Okay, Libra is a really interesting sign because you have such a rich inner life, yet you love people. You're balanced, hence the pun on the scales there, right? So you have all this stuff going on internally, but yet you're not introverted. You like people, and you're happiest with a large group of friends, family, and also coworkers that you can count on. And see, that's the key. You need to be able to trust and count on the people around you. And lately that hasn't been working so well. You feel like everyone around you is letting you down. They all have their own agenda, and they're just walking around in a fog, saying one thing to you and doing something else. And it's leaving you perplexed and also feeling like you can't trust them. January and February have been a bumpy ride for you. Not horrible, or maybe I should say you feel horrible, but there's really no excuse or logical reason for you to feel as bad as you do. There were lessons, but you can logic it out and say they weren't that bad. Yet here you are, feeling exhausted and frustrated by your current situation. It's not you. First, okay? You're not overreacting, you're not being dramatic. The lessons have been intense. On the surface, they don't seem like much, but they really are intense because of where they're hitting you. When something feels wrong, it probably is, and yet here you are, trying to hold on to things that you probably should let go of. Some stuff just isn't logical. It just is. And the more you ignore it, and the more you pretend like it doesn't bother you, guess what? The bigger energy drain it becomes. It's like healing your inner turmoil. It's not a straight line, nor is it logical. What you thought you'd already healed and dealt with is likely to come up this month in March, to be revisited again for a deeper understanding. The universe continues to push you to stand up for yourself. Libra does not like confrontation. You want everything to be fair and equal and everyone to get along. This is kind of where you find yourself. You're settling for things that aren't in alignment with who you are. You're stuck in dead-end relationships and jobs that are frustrating you and leaving you really fatigued. But you don't want to throw away something until you have something else, but yet you're too tired to go out there and look for another job or to move house or to, go on a dating site even. You're just exhausted from trying to keep it together. Will these lessons continue? Probably. They will probably continue through the rest of March, and I can hear you going, no. Well, the good news is, though, as soon as you address them, they'll be over. So it's like that. It's the universe pushing you to stand up for yourself. There's nothing wrong with standing up for yourself. The problem is, though, for a lot of people, we don't know how to be assertive without being extremely angry. If we let it go to that point where we are extremely angry, we're going to say something or do something that is not in our best interest, that will be something we can't come back from, or something that's really self-defeating. The trick is to address these problems before you get angry, before it gets out of hand. And I know it's easy to say and hard to do, but maybe this month, look at that. Look at the different sectors in your life, like your career, your relationships, your health. What's working and what's not working. And then pick one, just one that's not working, and address it this month. It doesn't have to be the biggest, but it can be. If you have a Sagittarius rising, you'll probably go for that, the biggest one. If not, you'll be probably a little bit more practical and go with something smaller that's easier to fix. Say you've got a roommate and things aren't working out. Maybe you start there rather than redefining your entire career or ending a marriage. But address these things step by step. Don't let it overwhelm you. Even fixing one situation that's disempowering you and causing you to feel angry, bitter, and resentful all the time will definitely change your life. This is not how you're supposed to be living. And at your core, you know this. You're a happy, wonderful being of light. You're supposed to be in alignment so that life flows easily to you. And that's the thing. Over the last couple of months, you've had those rare moments where things just really worked and just worked out like magic, and you felt it. You felt what it was like to be in alignment. Unfortunately, they didn't last long. And the reason they didn't last is the weight of all this other stuff going on. Sometimes we can't just wish this stuff away, though, because to attract better, you have to make room room for it. And you have to follow along when Spirit sends you these opportunities or these offers. And this can be really difficult when you're struggling just trying to keep your head above water. In the midst of this chaos, it's really hard to see the opportunities and to even know what's worth pursuing and what isn't for you. So really take the month of March to get clear on what you want. And like I say, don't try and overhaul your entire life this month. Pick one thing and really work on dreaming up what you want it to be and how you want it to be and get clear on it. And towards the end of the month, like around the 23rd or the 24th, then you can start implementing some of these changes, but I wouldn't really do it before then. Okay, so on that happy note, let's draw 2 cards from the Oracle Fairy deck for more clarity and to get a better understanding of your lessons for March. So let me shuffle really quickly. Positive expectations and raising your standards. These cards aren't a surprise at all, are they? Okay, so positive expectations. Have you become cynical? Have you started looking at the cup as half empty rather than half full? And you know the problem with this, right? Is when we start addressing things from that point of view, we start manifesting from that point of view. And also, it equals to why bother? Why try? If you see everything in a negative light, you're not going to try. You're not going to try for that new job. You're not going to try and, refinance your house or whatever. You're not even going to entertain the idea that it's possible. So it's really important to catch yourself when you start really looking at the negative. I mean, obviously, this is a learned behavior, and usually it happens because repeatedly we feel let down or we feel like things don't work out for us because in the past they haven't. But guess what? That was the past. You're creating the future. You're creating this moment. Just by shifting your expectation, you can change everything. So stay positive, don't lose the faith, and watch things fall into place. This is about you making an effort. Obviously, like I say, going back to the job, you know you need another job. You know it's time to leave where you're at because it's just too much. The people, the coworkers, the clients, the customers, it's just too much. It's not bringing you the joy. It's not bringing you the soul's growth that you need. You feel stifled there and unhappy, but you haven't left. And you haven't left because you don't have another job, which is wise, except for the fact that you also haven't been applying. You've taken some steps, but you haven't followed through on them. So you have to ask yourself, why? What are you afraid of? That you're going to get into a new job and not like it and it's going to be worse? Well, see, there's a negative expectation. Stay positive. Imagine it working out. And don't burn bridges when you leave this job. And don't leave angry. So that if things don't work out, you can always come back. See? So you can do this. Just really watch it and start being aware of when you label things negative. Okay, and the second card, raising your standards. This one hits home, doesn't it? Libras hate being alone. Partnerships are very important to you. Yet, are you settling for crumbs instead of true love? Have you been afraid of even hoping for love? And so you're just seeing somebody you know is not right for you just because they're there and they're persistent? Yeah. When something feels wrong, you know what? It probably is. This is another situation of creating more chaos in your life, more drama. And this is not just about romance. This is about friendships, friends where you are always giving and they're always taking, work relationships where you're settling. You need to raise your standards across the board. As I said before, you're a wonderful, loving, kind person. Why are you allowing people to treat you like this? Why are you allowing others to bully you and bulldoze over you? And like I say, I know you don't like confrontation, and most people don't, but you have to set up boundaries. Healthy boundaries will stop people from taking advantage of you. And then you have to also look at, why are you settling for crumbs? What's the motivation behind this? And then once you understand that, it's a lot easier to raise your standards and raise them across the board too. March is going to be an action-packed month for you, full of lessons. They may not be fun lessons, but they don't have to be horrible either. Watch out for synchronicities, watch out for opportunities, because they will start. And they've actually started probably the end of February. You're going to start seeing opportunities just kind of come out of the blue, things you never expected landing in your lap. The problem is they have a really short window. You need to be in the right headspace to grab onto these opportunities, which means you need to calm the drama in your life and get a clear idea on what you want. The good news is April's going to be a better month. I'm not saying this is going to be horrible, because it's not. It's going to continue to be strange, where there are moments of extreme clarity and things just flow, and it's like getting a glimpse of what life could be. That's going to continue this month. And you will be challenged to put yourself first, stay positive, and to raise your standards. But you can do this, and then things will flow much easier for you. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting month, but things will get better. So don't give up. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And stay tuned for more videos. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.